Hanukkah is often described as the festival of light. The miracle of the oil burning for 8 days when it wasn't even enough for one day emphasizes the power of light. Because the times were dark times for the Jews. We were invaded by a powerful army. We had to repel them. We weren't equipped. We weren't united in the effort. Only a handful had the courage to stand up to them. So that was the darkness that we were dealing with. The victory was like turning on the light, dispelling the darkness. So it's a festival of light. But what does that mean? It sounds beautiful in some spiritual sense, but what does that mean in everyday life? A little bit of light dispels a lot of darkness. What is a lot of darkness? How do you measure? The room is dark. Yeah, is it a lot dark or just a little dark? Darkness is measured by how intimidating it is. Dark is dark. But how intimidating, how hopeless does it leave you feeling? Sometimes it's not that terrible. It's dark, you'll find your way out. You'll stumble a little bit, you'll trip on a few things, but you'll make it to the light switch and you'll turn the light on. Sometimes the darkness is so convincing, like there will never be light again. That's a lot of darkness. So when things seem to be impossibly bad, and all hope of light and goodness are lost, that's what we call a lot of darkness. When you don't see a light at the end of the tunnel, that's a lot of darkness. When there is light at the end of the tunnel, it's still dark, but it's not as intimidating, it's not as paralyzing as when you don't see any way out and you can't imagine that there will ever be light again. That's a lot of darkness. Now, what do we mean by a little light? What's a big light, a little light? What is that? How do you measure light? Light means vision, enlightenment, seeing your way clearly. A little light means I don't have all the answers, but I see what I need to do. I don't know how that's going to solve all the problems, so I don't have a lot of light, but I see what I need to do. So what would a lot of light mean? A lot of light means I don't see a problem. There's no problem. That's when I have a lot of light. When I don't have a lot of light, I do see a problem, but I also see a possible solution. And how possible that solution is determines whether it's a tiny bit of light, a little bit of light, 50% of light. But a lot of light would mean there's no problem. So a little bit of light dispels a lot of darkness. When the darkness is a lot, which means I see no way out, I don't see a solution, I don't see a future, and I bring in a little bit of light, I still don't see the future, but I at least can see what I need to do. That can dispel the lot of darkness, the darkness that is paralyzing. So I'm still in the dark, but I'm not paralyzed anymore. So, Festival of Light, the miracle of the oil, the power of illumination, indispensable. You cannot live without it. You can't. So when people say, oh, you're being too optimistic, no such thing. Optimism is life. Pessimism is not. So no matter how dark the darkness is, which means no matter how intimidating and convincing the darkness is, where you cannot see any possible solution, a little bit of light can save the day. So a little bit of light means, I don't know why this is happening. I don't understand. But I know that there is a reason. That's not a lot of light. That's a little bit of light. And yet that's enough to make the difference between life and death. So when we light the Hanukkah candles and you're sitting there looking at the menorah, think about the necessity, the indispensable need for light. So whether it's one candle, two candles, or three candles, think about the blessing of light. Light meaning I see. Not with my eyes, with my mind. I see that there is a purpose to creation. I see that the Creator is always creating, not destroying. So the darkness that I'm experiencing is some kind of a prelude to light. And it will be dispelled. And not only canceled, but transformed into something very positive. I don't know how. I don't know when. I don't know what the results are going to be. But I know they're going to be good. And that's enough to dispel a lot of darkness. And so we don't light a bonfire. We light a little candle. Like the still small voice that is more powerful than the thunderstorms and the clouds. That's the beauty of Hanukkah. And it came much later in history than the event at Mount Sinai, the destruction of the temple. And we're celebrating it even today. Meaning, when it's not so clear, when we don't see so clearly, here we are in the promised land, seemingly a perfect utopian existence. We've arrived where we're in our own home, where we belong, and we have a temple, and we are worshiping God, and we're serving Him properly, and suddenly that's invaded? I don't see how that can be. I don't see where this is going. We're in the Holy Land. We're in the Promised Land. And that's not good enough? I don't understand what's going on. So the darkness was a great darkness, to the point where a good portion of the Jewish population were too intimidated to stand up against the Greeks. They surrendered. A handful of Maccabees, one family of the Hashmonaim, could see a little bit of light. And that little bit of light dispels a lot of darkness. So one cruise, enough for one day, can last 8 days? Sure it can. little bit of light can dispel a lot of darkness. All you need is one night of light, and it'll last forever. So, you have a menorah, you have your candles, you have your oils. If not, call your local Chabad house. We're listing it below on the screen. Call the Chabad house, go over there, pick up a menorah, have them bring you a menorah if you need to. But turn on the lights. We have a Sunday night program for VIPs that you might be interested in. It's informal, it's questions and answers, it's conversation. It's really relaxed, it's really pleasant, enjoyable, informative, and kind of community-like. It's a Sunday night program. There's a Wednesday morning program for the VIPs, and there's a Wednesday night program. All of it just conversation, casual, laid back, unscripted. So join us, take a look, click the link below and see which of the three suits you best, and join us for some enjoyable conversation.